Oh. Okay, I don't know what that was. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, then welcome to my channel. I just bit my tongue. My name's Naomi, and this is a story about the time I got into my first fight, which was actually with my aunt. So, yeah. But before I get into the story, I'm going to give you a little background of myself. I gotta give you the little rundown of how I am and me as a person and my aunt as a person, or how she was before, back then. So my aunt is, I'm gonna say, 5 or 6 years older than me. Yeah, she's like 6 or 7 years older than me. This story takes place when I want to say when I was about 8 or 9 maybe, and she was around like, I don't know, 14, 15. Yeah, I had to check my math, cause like, anyway, so the story takes place when I want to say I was about 8 or 9 and she was about 14, 15. And growing up, we were practically sisters, but you know, with a sister, it's constant fighting, constant arguing, constant bickering, and it's ridiculous. Now, me growing up, my family wasn't the richest. We weren't the poorest, but we obviously weren't the richest. Still not. But like before, it was like we were less fortunate than we are now. And so my grandma and my aunt lived with me and my mom. And my aunt is, sorry, that was my boyfriend. My mom is her oldest kid and my aunt is her youngest kid. So at the time, you know, my aunt was old enough to live on her own, obviously. She was like 14 or 15. So they were both staying with me and my mom in a house. So my aunt and I shared the room, and we had bunk beds and stuff, but like I didn't even sleep in the room like at all. But that's another story for another time. Anyways, my aunt was really mean. She was really, really mean, and I don't call her auntie, by the way. I can name names. She's my aunt. We're cool now. Like, everything's fine. We're cool now. Her name's Quaylin. So, Quaylin is really mean. I call her by her name, Quaylin, because, like, I'm not going to call her Auntie Quay. She's, like, how many years older than me? No. And she disrespected me like that as kids. No, she don't get my respect. She's a great person in my life now. We have a really great bond and a good connection now. But before, when I was a kid, our relationship, you know, was really rocky. We didn't have a good relationship at all. Big source that because I self-diagnosed myself with that. Okay, this story's getting really deep. Okay, back to the story. Quaylin, me, hated each other. Anyways, yeah, she was like my big sister, and we would constantly argue and fight and blah, blah, blah. I already said that. Anyways, I'm getting so off track. I'm gonna be completely honest. I was a very annoying kid. I was a kid who was just weird. I was weird. I would make funny noises, make stupid faces. I would be like I would just run up in her room, all up in her business, in her space. Every time she would have friends over, I would go and I would spy on them, or I would just bother them in any kind of way possible. So I was an annoying kid, but that still did not give her the right to do what she does to me. Okay, so what she does to me, let me tell you. What she does to me, right? She would choke me. I'm not exaggerating either. She would take me and she would choke me up against you know how closets have doors? Yeah, well, so she would choke me up against the closet door, and she would actually choke me, not heart where I can't breathe, but she would grab her arm around my neck and she would choke me and hold me by my neck up against the closet doors. She would call me fat. Another thing, when I was little, I used to be pretty hefty. I mean, I'm still a little you know. But like, I slimmed down a lot, and that's a lot has to do with activities and staying active and eating habits and getting taller, because I'm a freaking giant now. But like, I don't know, I'm just above average weight wise. Anyway, but yeah, I used to be pretty big when I was a little kid. That was a big thing too. Anyways, not about that. Different fucking story. Okay, back to this one. So, yeah, she would choke me against the closet doors. She would call me fat. She would call me caterpillar eyebrows. My eyebrows right now, yes, they're all natural, okay? I get them threaded. I keep going off on tangents, look. But like, everything that I'm saying, it has something to do with the story. So like, she would call me caterpillar eyebrows because I get my eyebrows from my father. He has very, very, very thick, bushy eyebrows. And so I had the exact same thing. And they were like, this freaking big, like, that's over exaggerating. Like about this big all the way across. And big and bushy. And she called me caterpillar eyebrows. She would call me, every name in the book, basically. And she would like blackmail me. She would like say, oh yeah, go ahead, it's okay. If you like say a bad word, then I'm not gonna tell your mom or Ganny. Like, that's what we call my grandma. We call her Ganny. It has another story on it. So, but I'm not gonna get into that again. Going off on all these tangents. That's basically what I got on a daily. And you know, I felt horrible about myself. Well, she was my bully. She was my bully. I've been bullied as a kid, but like, to go from school to home to being bullied was a whole different thing, and that's another story that I'm gonna have to save for another day. Man, talking about this, like revisiting this, I guess I've just like suppressed it in my memory, but like talking about it again and bringing it to light, I realized I was not the most well-treated kid. And like, that's actually horrible, because I was a kid. I was 8, 9, 10. I was So that's the background. So here's the story of how I fought my aunt. And let me tell you, after this fight, let me tell you, auntie, she did not ever lay not one finger on me again. She never said one word to me again. And she started being nice, so. If I remember correctly, it was like a Tuesday. Just kidding. I don't know what fucking day that was. I remember we were like just constantly going back and forth at each other, back and forth, back and forth. And my mom and my grandma, they were in separate rooms. And me and Quaylin, we were in the living room. And I think she had pushed me or something, and like she made me fall, and like I hurt my like elbow or something like that. It was something small like that. And so I was pretty upset about it, obviously. Like, I freaking hurt my elbow. You know how it feels to bang your elbow. You know how that feels. I was mad, and I was already like getting teary-eyed. I was getting worked up, and then I was like angry, and so I'm like, you stupid. Why would you push me? Da, 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 da. And she's just making fun of me. She just keeps pounding at me, and she just keeps like pounding at the like, just like, oh, you're so stupid. That's what you get. You're so ugly. You're so fat. You're caterpillar eyebrows. Oh yeah, that's why. Da, 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 da. So and so never loved you. Yeah, because I had a boyfriend at that time. Oh, your mom doesn't love you. She told me that I was adopted. She would just like keep screaming at me and just picking at the scab. Bitch. Let me tell you what my little fat ass did. She said one thing too much. I rolled up my sleeves. Oh! I get so mad just thinking about it. And I just honestly, like, in all honesty, I guess this is kind of anticlimactic, but I can just tell you, all I remember, I blacked out, and then I would just see flashes. I saw flat, like when I tell you that I'm not kidding or I'm not over exaggerating, like I'm not over exaggerating. I just like blacked out. I remember seeing like flashes of red, just like freaking green, blue, fucking purple, bitch. I was wilding on this bitch. I was going in. Like I'm not even over exaggerating when I say this. I was going in. Oh my gosh. I just remember I would like black out. And then my vision would come back, I guess, and I was on top of her. And I was punching her and kicking her. I was pulling her hair out. And a big thing that I used to do a windmill. So like that was like my thing. Like that was my thing. I start off with like the windmill, and shoot, that shit was not working for me at first. So I just remember I was on top of her and I was punching her, kicking her, and like another thing, I bite. I still bite to this day. I mean, like, granted I don't fight, but like, you know, I just bite people because like I like to fucking bite people. Like, I'm not a cannibal. Shut the fuck up. Yeah, I was giving her the works, bitch. I was giving her the works, putting her through it, through the fucking ringer. All right, and then I remember I felt like that was going on for like an hour. I just felt like it was going on for like the longest time. But it felt so good. Like I got revenge on my fucking bully. And after that, I remember my mom and my granny, they rushed in and they just pulled me off of her, and they had to like detain me, like hold me back, because I'm like, bitch, I want some more. Like, I'm ready, let's go. Like, I'm fired up. Like, no, that was the appetizer. I'm about to get the main event, the main course, bitch. Woo, woo. I remember she had like a scratch on her lip and like a cut on her eyebrow or forehead, something like that. Oh my gosh, I was using my claws. I was using everything that I had. I took every single little pound that I had in my little chubby body. I just went towards her with full force. And yeah, the fight probably lasted like 2 minutes, but it felt like it went on for like an hour. And my mom and my granny, they pulled me off of her, and that's when, you know, I calmed down. And let me tell you, until this day, she has never been mean or rude to me, ever. That, like, when I say that really showed her, bitch. Like, she really, and let me say, I'm not a fighter. Like, I'm a lover, not a fighter. That was my first and only fight that I've ever been in. Well, when you push my buttons to a certain point, like, there's only so much that a person can take. And then it's like, alright, bitch, let's scrap. But let me tell you, she has a daughter now who acts just like her. She's 4, she's a little demon child, and she wanna act like she all big and bad. So I had to put her in her... No, I'm just playing, that's horrible. Her name's Noelle. She's so cute. But she acts just like her mother. And she always messing with me too. But let me stop. Let me not mess with her back until she freaking beat me up. And it'll be like revenge for her mom. Some shit like that. And that was the time that I got into my first fight. I got revenge on my bully. I beat up my aunt. I don't know what I'm going to call this, but it was all of that stuff in one. So thank you guys for watching. I hope that you liked this video. Make sure that you like and subscribe. Give it a big thumbs up and go down there in the comments section and make sure you type all the good stuff and let me know what you thought of this video, what you think I should do next. Share this video with your friends. Get me poppin', bitches. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next week or whenever I post again. That's so old school. Wait, I need to post for a thumbnail. Oh, my knuckles is crusty and it's emotional, John.